Robin.
Hey, by the way, don't get comfortable. We got a big star waiting to get in here.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Enjoy.
All right.
Maybe you should replace Ricky's seat so he doesn't have to sit in the same seat that you were in. Dust it off.
Steve, that's his name. Okay, I'll remember that.
It's always good when
name tag.
Roland actually points to the cutouts of us
Yeah.
to tell him, well, that one's Opie and that one's Anthony.
Oh.
That was just going on.
Could Roland stop? Would you spill your
I went
cereal?
to go like this and point to get him in here.
Dude, if anything goes into the board, you could be shot for that.
All right.
Yeah, what are we doing?
He's right there. Let's get him in.
I know. I've been watching him.
Very psyched.
I know.
I hope we're making him laugh.
He just got here.
Oh, so he hasn't heard anything yet?
No.
Hasn't heard shit.
He just heard us be mean to an intern and you spill cereal and me chewing on his shirt.
Thank you, good night.
Yeah.
Let's bring him right in.
Yeah. Why isn't he being brought right in?
Yeah, why is he being seated out there? Could you please have Mr. Gervais put it?
There he is. How you doing, sir?
Don't mind me cleaning up cereal.
Yeah, he feels compelled
This is being
to
broadcast, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, believe it or not.
Surely you're going to tighten this up and then put it
Yeah, and then we record it, and then we tighten it all up, take out the dead
Sounds really
spots,
professional.
unentertaining spots.
Right, let's start now.
And then,
Okay,
yeah.
press play and record. Just press play and record there.
Yeah.
Okay, we're on.
Now we're on. Now we are actually doing a show.
That really doesn't make us feel good, but we hear it all the time. Is this being heard by anybody?
Listen.
Yeah, unfortunately
It
it is.
wasn't a criticism. It was a compliment.
A lot of people come in and have no idea the show's actually on, and they're just bullshitting, talking about anything, and then they'll go, when do we start? It's like, you've been on for 20 minutes, just babbling, talking about how small their penises are, or they've been raped when they were a child or something that they didn't want out over the air.
Roland had a point.
This is just like Letterman.
Yeah, exactly.
Roland pointed to our cutouts so you know who's who, I bet, right?
He did indeed, yeah.
I saw that go down. I'm like, oh, great.
Did Roland tell you that he was vomiting and shitting last night walking on 73rd Street due to food poisoning? We're lucky we have him today.
Really?
Yeah.
Has he cleaned it up?
Probably not.
so.
I'm really happy you're here. I'm a little nervous, a little starstruck. Big
I
fan.
know.
No.
Big fan.
Really?
Yeah.
The Office. I mean, ridiculous. Love it.
Thank you very much.
Got the box set. Wasn't watching it when it was originally on, but got the box sets and just couldn't stop watching the goddamn thing. You are the consummate tool, the consummate jackass on that show. I just watch it and go, how did he capture the essence of this middle management douchebag so well?
It's so much fun to play the fool, the idiot. It's in extras I sort of play more the straight man, I suppose. I'm more the normal guy. I'm more the Tim character.
Yeah.
But it's so much fun to say the worst thing possible, just the most stupid thing you can say.
I don't know
It's so liberating.
how you get that. How do you the writing? But you got to know how. Did you ever work with someone like that?
Yeah, no, well, I worked in an office for 7 years.
Oh,
I worked
okay.
and
That
that's-
explains
that's
it.
where you get the management speak and the petty backbiting and all that. Just that minutiae of life,
and you
I
run
suppose.
into those people that just think they're funny and
Well, The Office was actually a comedy about comedy, I think. I mean, we never said that at the time, but
Yeah.
it was always getting stuff off my chest about, people who thought they were funny would shout catchphrases and, use
That's
that,
just
not have a mind of their
horrible.
own, really. Just, they'd find each other because they all shouted, "Was up."
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
that sort of thing you want to go,
yeah,
oh,
that's what.
I know, yeah.
What's up? Oh, yeah, great. I love that.
Every
Yeah.
office was doing that. What's that?
There's a scene in season 2 where you do motivational speaking, and it's one of the most uncomfortable. I was embarrassed for the cat. It was like, how did you bring that out of me? It was so good.
Well, it's so funny, isn't it? Because it even makes me cringe a little bit when I put on the baseball cap and try and be cool and try and talk hip hop. But there's a bit of me that thinks, I wonder if there's anyone out there who thinks that I think this is really cool. Just for a split second. And the press go, oh well, he's just like David Brent. I go, no, I'm not like David Brent. I'm not. And I talk like him. I used my voice and I used my face. And it really annoys me that anyone thinks I'm like David Brent.
Right.
So
you're not acting. It was, you
It's
just
the-
stepped into it.
It's the
yeah, exactly. It's a real
subtleties, too.
documentary.
Right.
It's the subtleties too, like the way your eyes will kind of dart back and forth as you're talking, not even comfortable in your own skin?
Well, I wasn't. I was never trained as an actor. But when I watched television, I always thought people overacted, oversold a point. You don't need to. You use your hands and you don't finish sentences. You don't need to spell stuff out. So it was sort of like an exploration into sort of body language.
And
really.
fidgeting with the tie when someone's
lying,
something.
when they can't look someone in the eye. Yeah,
it's one of the it's such typical like body language. You could totally read that you're uncomfortable, you're lying, you just bombed. I love when you even realized as your character that you just bombed and you slowly back out of the room and kind of look and wait for some reaction.
The worst thing in the world.
That never comes.
Isn't a bad joke the worst thing in the world to be part of? Even in an office, someone makes a bad joke and you have to laugh politely, but you're dying inside. It's the worst feeling in the world. Pretending to have to.
It's interesting you say that because Jim Norton to your left there, he brought something great to this program. Ed and I have been doing radio a long time, and when we try something and it bombs, we would get that uncomfortable feeling and want to move on quickly to the next thing as fast as humanly possible. He was the one that brought it to our show to, wait a minute, slow down and let's enjoy that bomb for a while.
The first time it happened, like somebody said something and it completely bombed and we were ready to move on and Jimmy goes, no, let that sit. You let that just sit and simmer now. And I'm sitting there going, what? You crazy?
Why would you do that?
I think you've got to get a sound effect. When everyone makes a really bad joke, just the sound of, like, tumbleweed.
Oh, no, we got that.
We do have the crickets.
We're on the same page.
We got crickets. And then we got this one. Dead silence, and then... dead silence. And the car wreck.
These are all the ones
or one cough in a church hall.
Well,
is that a good one?
Can we play all? Can we play them all for him?
Yeah.
If you do it, you got him on.
Come on.
If you do a bad joke in this show, you get one of the following.
Make sure he's on first.
You on? Me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to mess up that hair of his. I guess you're doing TV today, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So you get the classic.
Yeah.
Then you get the Kelsey Grammer.
He just fell down.
You would get,
the old game
Still
show
good.
ending.
Still good.
Yeah.
and then over the top. And then we did Price is Right. When you get the price wrong. So we enjoy a good bombing on this show.
What you should do, though, you wouldn't need those if you just made good jokes all the time.
Now, see?
I mean,
Why
a lot
didn't
of
we ever
work's
think
gone
of
into
that?
those, but we could eradicate those. Let's just do good jokes from now on.
Think of that.
The subtle. Here's another great part of season 2, is that they bring in new people and new characters, and one of them is a girl in a wheelchair. And you're constantly moving her. It's a constantly like adjusted, but it's never really like, I don't think, spoken about. It's just a constantly like pulling her back a little bit or moving her forward. Just always
because you can.
violating
You'd
her.
never do that to anybody, but you'd never pick someone up and move them out of the way. You'd say, "Excuse me," but because it's on wheels, bang. And I know that happened to people.
Oh my
I know there's people that said that sometimes at a party someone would just move you out of the way because they can. And of course, also he wants to be seen as helping disabled people. So every opportunity he wants to be the one on camera. That's why he's doing it. Everything he does is because it's being filmed. Absolutely everything.
Right.
That's why we had to make it so clear that it was a documentary all the time. We had to keep reinforcing that, because without that, it's a boring sitcom. But when you suddenly know he's acting like it's because he wants to be famous, it suddenly sort of comes to life.
That's what makes it so real, is how you work your eyes, like shifting and all uncomfortable
just
and
being
stuff,
caught out,
knowing you're being filmed. Yeah.
Exactly.
The zero improv skills with the big rubber penis float.
Exactly.
That was the one I was watching last
it,
night,
You just grab it and you've got nothing. You've got nothing.
But before you grab it, you're
I can't watch it. I'm
even
turning my head.
Improv to me is I think sort of easier to do than watch anyway, because it's all, when you're watching these guys, that even if they're good professionals, you're thinking well, just make it rhyme if they're doing a song, or just make this funny enough. It's just torturous to watch anyway. Someone desperate.
So everyone knows the scene. There's a big, blown up dick.
Yeah, rubber.
And you guys were trying to figure out, things you could do with this. And what's his name? Grabbed it, but he had nothing. And you grab it back like, look, don't waste anyone's time. Only grab it if you have one. And then you awkwardly had nothing.
Or the relationship. I love the relationship with Awful Finchy, who he idolizes in the show, and then Finchy does nothing but like awful jokes too, but he just thinks
Well,
the
Finch was introduced to show you that David Brent wasn't really a bastard. He was a bit of a prat, you know. He was a fool. He was near, but he wasn't a nasty man.
Right.
Yeah. Finch was brought in to show you what a nasty man was, a bully, with not an ounce of artistry in him, just nasty one-upmanship.
Right.
So that was great fun to play because Brent, of course, thought they're a double act, but everyone could see Finch treats him like everyone else. He doesn't care about anyone but himself.
Yeah.
So it was quite nice at the end to tell him to fuck off.
And any of the nastiness that your character's playing is obviously because of your ignorance. Because the practical joke firing of Dawn, I guess the receptionist, and she starts crying. And you're just you obviously
doesn't know how to deal with it. He
felt bad about you didn't know how to deal with it. And when she just goes, "You sorry little man,"
sad little man.
Yeah, you're a sad little man. And then you're just like, all right, like you don't know what to do.
Being caught out. That's it. Being caught out on camera it's that thing because we came out of a spate of these reality game shows and docu-soaps in England in the 90s where normal people just followed at work. And they became sort of famous, and then they milked it. They went on everything they could for 10 minutes. And now we have shows like Big Brother, and well, before they go in, they get an agent because they think this is it.
Yeah, this is going to be the star maker for them.
Then they're dead after 8 because they're not doing anything. The things that they do on Big Brother and film in England is unbelievable.
Yeah, I've read about it.
There was one woman who went on there and shoved a wine bottle up her vagina.
Wow.
On regular TV, by the way, too.
Yeah. I mean, they did
because we want to get into that.
She's going to be a star.
But what
she
does
thinks
her
that's her
parents
ticket.
think?
Yeah,
when
that's
the
her
neighbours
ticket
come
to
round.
fame, right?
And
Yeah,
you
hey.
saw
Saw her
your
on
daughter-
TV.
Yeah. Oh, what was she up to? She was up to the label.
With that said, what do you think of American TV?
I love it. I think it's the best in the
You
world.
really?
Genuinely.
Don't you think we're uptight though with some of the things we can't do or say on TV?
Yeah, but that's network.
Network,
cable.
yeah.
There's no
Well,
restriction.
cable
on,
finally, is.
I mean, HBO got most of the best programs ever.
Right.
But I mean, you look at things like. I've been a fan of American stuff, particularly comedy from Laurel and Hardy, and then you've got all these great iconic shows, MASH and Cheers, and then stuff like Arrested Development and Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Right.
We're not doing anything like that. Really.
Yeah, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I certainly feel I've got more empathy with the American models and the way. The writers, directors do here as opposed to, in England. And I think you've got the greatest stuff coming out of it. And stuff like The Sopranos. I mean, it's beating film, it's
right.
It's they churn those out. It's like an art factory. The quality doesn't go down, and yet they get it right for season after season.
See, this is how stupid I am. I think every show in Britain is like The Office. I think there's a million sitcoms like that. Although yours, is brilliant and stuff. I'm like, oh god, they're just so much more creative over there.
You probably get the best ones.
I mean, is there a lot of good shows over there in Britain?
We've got more chance to let things breathe. I mean, because the stakes are so much higher
right.
In America, and things cost a little bit more. You can be cancelled after the second episode, whereas The Office scored the lowest ever focus group. On its channel, joint bottom with women's bowls, but they kept with it. Now that could have been cancelled, but they kept with it.
I think it's such an odd concept and such a different show that you maybe if you watch that first episode you don't quite understand what's going on.
Well, we did that on purpose. We want people to think, is this documentary? I haven't seen anything like this
right.
before. This is slow. It's almost like anti-television, no laugh track, no jokes, no famous people.
So you can see how
it sounds terrible, doesn't it?
You can see how a focus group though, because focus groups they get it.
They didn't laugh. They didn't get it. But the thing is, I must say that also some people in the BBC didn't laugh and didn't get it.
Right.
So
but they allowed it to find its own audience.
We were low risk.
Right.
It cost nothing. I think the first one cost like $100,000.
No kidding.
Wow. Which is nothing.
Yeah.
I mean that'd be a title sequence over here. It gave us the chance. We went out on a Monday night in the summer, which is, but then when it started growing, then we got the repeat and things started moving then. And to be fair, they leave us alone. Me and Stephen, got to do it.
Why only 2 seasons and 12 total episodes?
Well,
right?
just because we do it all ourselves, and it is exhausting. We don't have a team of writers. We don't have a team of producers. It's not like it really is like a little cottage industry, and we worry about everything. We do our own press. We do our own design. We do the sleeve. So we do it. It took us 3 years, and then that was it. And loads of people have let me down. I've seen great things. Then the 3rd season, 4th season, it's just terrible.
Right.
They took the money and ran. And
you just felt like it was time to.
Yeah, and I think shame on you. Also, because the conceit is a fake documentary. It'd be like the Truman Show. This team hanging around an office forever was a bit weird. But we had other ideas. We just wanted to. You want to move on.
Do you know I like the show so much? The first 2 seasons, obviously, I own. I bought the special with them. I have not watched the special yet because I don't like the idea that there's no more. It bums me out so much that there's no more episodes.
The special's slightly different.
No, I know, but I don't like to know. I like to know that there's something left with these guys that I don't know yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it bugs me that it's over.
I had that feeling with The Sopranos. I didn't watch it when it went out, and then we got all sort of 5 seasons that we had on DVD. And the last sort of season we were watching, we started rationing ourselves because we thought,
you don't want it to be over.
And when we watched the last one, it was just awful.
Yeah.
I think American TV's great. I still watch Columbo. I just can't believe how ahead of its time it is. It's just it's so stylish.
I catch those every time they're on, and it's amazing how many real directors went on to Spielberg directed a few.
Absolutely.
And you're watching. I've watched some Columbos and gone, this is Spielberg, and you know it just by the way it looks, and then the end sequence comes and you see it was Spielberg.
Patrick
directed.
McGowan did a few. He got in there, didn't he?
Yeah,
I've been in a few.
I
love the villains they use.
And comics are always touching on Columbo, how it's never just some guy that's robbed a gas station and shot someone. It's always an art dealer,
someone overprivileged who gets their comeuppance
and never knows how to shut the fuck up. It's
I can't understand how the footprints got under the window when the mud wasn't here from a storm last night.
Ha, Lieutenant, it's obvious the man took his shoes off and went,
I should have seen
that. and the guy never knows to just shut his fucking mouth.
He's getting away with it.
Yeah, you were getting away with it. Lawyer up or something, you dope.
Well, I watch it with my girlfriend, and whenever Columbo goes, that explains it. I go, he's got away with it.
That's it.
That's it. Okay, we might as well turn
off the hook.
Yeah. Well done. That's a perfect crime. Let's watch something else.
And it's always some little thing too. Like one thing was an earring in a trunk,
really,
which as evidence would be kind of nothing. And it's like
I found an earring in his trunk,
and it's like, I killed her because she was cheating on me. And the guy just completely spills his guts.
But there's one I saw that was really bizarre, where Columbo gets the mafia involved. And they help him out. It's a whole thing, this whole elaborate... But it's great. The thing about Columbo is... who did it from the beginning.
Right from the start.
Columbo knows. Mm-hmm. You know he's going to get caught. So what you're waiting for is when Columbo tells him how he got caught.
The pinch, right.
And it's just so classy.
Yeah, no shows are really done like that. It's like the payoff is right at the beginning of the show.
Straight away.
Which is also a piss off.
You're done.
Yeah. It's like, it'd be like 5 after 6 and you're like, oh, Columbo's on. Shit, I have no idea what's going on.
I know.
You can't sit through 2 hours.
How elaborate the murders are. As well. Dentist involved. It's great.
The one with the record player and a string so a book falls to make someone downstairs think a gun was fired. It's like,
amazing.
Who's setting up an elaborate murder like this? Just hit him with a friggin' ball-peen hammer and leave.
At dark. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's so great. I love that fucking show, man. But, what do you think of The American Office?
I love it.
Yeah? Think they did a good job? Good adaptation of
the... the press were against them to begin with because where The Office made a mark in America was in the industry, really.
Yeah.
And so when this came along, they were going, it's doomed. And I think they did everything right. I think Steve Carell's amazing. I think the cast is great. Greg Daniels is such a great presence.
Mm-hmm.
It's slightly different. It's probably it's got to be slightly different. It's a very slightly broader, I think. He's better at his job, but I just think you probably don't get that sort of office. In England, you can survive to your 65 doing really bad stuff, but no one fires you.
My girlfriend brought up a good point when we were watching your version. The American version, they kind of hide their contempt for each other, where you guys let it out a little more. Your contempt of each other, sitting there and just being pissed off, and you'll let people know you don't like this person. Where there's more phoniness.
But that's
I
how
think
it works
that's more American.
Yeah, that's how it is.
It's like
in
there's
America.
this phoniness here in an
everybody
office
but
where,
the person.
Yeah, you won't tell that person. Yeah.
Really? Because I think
definitely.
that there's a misconception that the English are very, very reserved and can't get out their feelings.
No, I
think when it comes to sort of bitchiness, then we do that. That's what you do after work. You go, you sit down every night and go, oh, you know what happened to me, and it's sort of like that camaraderie, I suppose. Yeah, we do. I suppose we do. Yeah.
And I saw I was like, who's that girl? I know the girl Dawn and stuff, and she was from Shaun of the Dead.
That's it. She got with Simon Pegg. Who's
you know Simon?
I love him. I think he's amazing, and he's got a new film coming out called. Has he been on here?
He's supposed to come in. We have him booked. That movie is amazing.
So funny.
Yeah, he's hysterical.
Got a funny little head as well. He's like a cartoon head.
Funny.
Look, tell him he looks like Charlie Brown that grew up. But he's lovely, Simon. He's great.
That is one of my go-to movies. Like, I'll just pop that on, and you can't help but just love it and love the character.
But he's such a nice, funny man as well.
I can't wait to have
he's
him
great.
in
He's great. I'll tell you. When's he coming on?
I don't know. We got to
Soon,
work
right?
that out.
When?
I'll tell him he'll love it.
Roland,
guy.
have you noticed Roland? Our
He's coming in April.
in April.
In April.
Yeah, that's when he's coming to the U.S.
You wore an office shirt for today. You are just such a tool sometimes.
I hope
like it.
I hope it's a bootleg and you get in trouble.
No, it's a real thing. They sent it to me. It's official.
It's official?
Yeah.
He gets a little nervous, and he has a very hard time talking on mic,
Well, why don't we show him?
which is just horrid.
He's a great booker for the show, but when it comes to actually talking about stuff, what do you like about The Office?
He's behind the scenes
The
guy.
English version of The Office.
The English version?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's just called The Office in England.
Yeah.
It's called the Office. It's the American version.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, it's funny, witty. Ricky's amazing in it.
All right, why is he amazing?
He's hysterical.
I'm gonna have this sort of bullying when he's being nice about me. I'm on his side. It's just me and you against the rest of them. Okay, right. Let's keep this fair. Okay, you go for it.
But he's very shallow. He won't give you any substance to why he
No, you
likes
never
anything.
get deep. He can never get deep.
And when it gets really uncomfortable, don't say a word, because that's when this bit gets really good. All right, so why is he amazing in The Office, Roland?
Just his comedy style, his writing, his timing with the cast, Steve Merchant.
You're terrible. That's fine.
Just let him hang.
There was nothing wrong with that at all.
You know what? That was actually the best he's ever done. Ever.
I've seen smoother testimony in child molesting trials.
They said you've seen a lot of those.
From Roland. You did good. Don't worry about it.
All right, thank you.
Oh,
Does he have to
You
go
got us,
soon?
Ricky.
What's
No,
what's the deal with extras?
1040.
What's that?
What's the deal with extras, and why am I asking you?
I don't know, because you're afraid Ricky
Extras is on HBO now. I think that it's the second.
season 2.
It's kind of the way we get,
guys-
so you could plug it and tell people that don't know what it's
let's
about.
not be subtle about this.
Were you guys always
Okay,
scheduled for
good.
season 2?
Well, I think I'm here to hang out with you guys.
Sal,
Yeah.
you're right.
I've lived 3,000 miles to meet you. no. I did. I couldn't make it last time. I was down to do it last time.
We had you on the phone once.
I
We
know.
had a good
Yeah, I
time.
remember that. No, it was great.
So what's the extras about, though? It's a little weird to have extras on HBO. Explain that. Is it?
Well, it's
Is it you guys doing the commentary, or I'm confused? I have
No, it's a whole new show.
The show's called Extras.
Oh,
You're
the show
thinking of
extras.
DVD
Oh my God,
extras.
duh.
Oh,
Holy
yeah,
shit!
sorry.
I'm thinking DVD extras. I'm sorry.
No, well, yeah.
Car crash. All right. I'm heating up.
Does anybody remember last night?
Holy crap! What
it's
a
a
loser.
show called Extras.
No, I
and
know.
it follows.
Yeah.
Great.
Great.
You play the beautiful thing is he's like an extra in it, and it's like you play. You're very good at playing like just a simple guy, like you make regular people interesting. An office manager, an extra. That's what I love about it. It's like you don't need to play the big shot. You just play just an average ass and make them.
I don't think it's fun to play the big shot either, is it? I just think when I start giving myself roles about a cop who lost his badge because he was drunk, and now his wife's been kidnapped and he's going to get the badge. That's when you know it's finished. When you start believing that.
no.
When you only take roles where can I have a gun? Well, no, not really.
Oh.
Or can I have a gun? Well, an office manager wouldn't have a gun. I think he might. I think he might have a gun. Yeah.
Just playing the regular
It's
guys.
fun to play the putts.
Is
It's
that-
much more fun playing David Brent than Andy Millman in many ways because it's you and also when you're playing the putts you can put other cast members off. That's the most fun for me, actually putting them off while I'm playing the thing. Whereas if you're playing the straight one you can't really. So I need something else to keep my interest up.
It's
Not
so
just making it.
it's so odd to watch that because you don't think you're acting watching it. Like, do you find it difficult to play that character because it's so natural? When I watch The Office, I'm like, this is a guy, this guy. I've worked with these people, guys like this. Do you find it harder to act like that?
I don't find acting that hard.
Really?
Really. I never get lost in the role. Very rarely you get lost in the role. This is the misconception when people say, "Oh, I was so into it."
Yeah.
You're not. You're thinking of lunch, and you're going, "Oh, they're not meant to stand there." You don't get lost.
You're not one of those. He taught me so much.
Everything
my character.
I tell you what, the cameraman puts me off, which is a bad
really?
thing. But yeah, I'd say, can I go further back? A light puts me off. So no, I don't get lost in the role. Maybe a few you get caught up in it. Some of the drama moments are more exciting than comedy, really. Like I remember one that we did where David Brent had to cry for his job back, and there you get really into it. You really you try and
where he begs not to be redundant. That where he's talking.
Exactly,
that was a great scene. There's like the one scene where he breaks down. And
well, that's the one scene I felt like a real actor as opposed to a bloke trying to make people laugh. But no, most of the time you're thinking, oh, these shoes are annoying me, or oh god, oh he's sniffing. The cameraman's sniffing. Everything. Anything puts me off, honestly, because you want it to get it just right, and and I do get hungry very quickly, and lunch is coming, and I start thinking, oh come on, I gotta do it. So no, I'm not one of those people that worries about my method.
And do you find that it's difficult to have such hands-on with a project like that? It's easier.
If you see, this is the thing about middle management. It's either no responsibility, where you leave and that's it, or total responsibility. It's being caught in that middle ground where you can't do everything you want and you have to compromise, but you have to do certain things. So no, I'd rather be in charge or just turn up and go home. Definitely, yeah.
Makes for long days, though, I guess.
Well, if you're in charge, you can do anything. So I can suddenly go, I think David Brent would sit down for this.
It's like the whole time.
Fun, yeah.
Rewrite.
They capture everything perfect. It's like even things that like aren't like my favorite two scenes in the whole series were both non-comic scenes. One was that scene where he asked for his job back, and one was when Tim turns the microphone off.
Mine too. That's my 1 and 2, and they happen after each other. And we swapped them around in the edit as well. Originally, we were going to end with the. Don't think we thought we should end with the other way around.
Oh, was the Dolly Parton line?
Yeah. Apparently, there's a country station that uses that as a jingle, and I just think of it's the one when I go, Dolly Parton. If you want the rain, you got to put the rainbow. You got to put up with the rain, and people say she's a big pair of tits. And I just think of Dolly Parton listening to country radio, and suddenly hear someone talk. Why are they saying that about me? What's that from? Who's this DJ just saying that? This is strange. I'm Dolly Parton.
But this is where you're getting them. Mackenzie Crook, right? That's how you say his name. Is giving you the massage, and he's just giving him you're sitting there, he's standing behind him, and he's giving him. It's the awful massage that someone gives you at an awkward moment. It's the stiff, like just kneading the hands on the neck, and it doesn't feel good, and you can tell it doesn't feel good.
And that's
that.
That's the longest pause we've ever done. That's the longest silence we ever did. We timed it just for our amusement. Yeah, just like a couple of nerds going. That's the longest we've ever gone without saying anything. Just looking at the camera. That is the most fun in the world, to look at a camber. It's the most. I mean, I miss it in everything I do, which is a problem for an actor.
Yeah, because
all the time.
Don't look at the fucking camera.
Absolutely,
right.
I just want to go. just turn around and just stare straight down the lens.
Shit, that was the look.
It's so much fun.
That was the look for a split second, you bastard.
100 years ago, they nailed it 100 years ago. They're just the idea of that. I'm with this idiot, and that's that's just. This is radio. People at home are going, he's looking at the camera.
Fuck up, I'm entertained as hell. I just gotta tell people out there, 'cause it's a very good visual.
There's
for
a
us
scene that Jimmy always brought up as hysterical, and I finally got to see it. When you're listening to the answering machine, your answering machine with that hot girl in the
Oh yeah, listening back,
and you're listening to like, no, you're just like talking back to it, and then you go to throw it out the window as a joke, and turn around and you drop it. It falls right in the trash can.
First take. I was so lucky.
You wanted it to go in the trash.
Of course, yeah. And so it looked great.
It looked great, and then it's broken, and you're just an ass.
If you look, I can't believe my luck. It falls, I go, oh, and you can say, I can see it, that I go, wow, what a shot. It's just that fell straight in the can.
Oh, is that perfect?
It was like slapstick and
Yep.
perfect embarrassment. It was
Right.
It was exactly what happens when you're trying to be funny in front of a chick and you stink. That was exactly what happens. It was perfect. Fucking thing. He's just trying to be a goof and he drops it in the garbage like a boob.
Right in the
and right
garbage.
there you're emasculated. You cannot recover from
no,
that.
no, there's no coming back.
Oh dear.
Hey,
Love it, man.
We should go to the phones. Everybody wants to say hi here. Andrew in Queens.
Well,
Well, you don't have to put them on. Maybe put them because you got to save your hair for TV.
Or
So
put him in the back.
Listen, my hair. I don't look.
Do that, Gary Owens, Roman Martin.
Go old time radio. All right, here we go. Andrew from Queens. What's up, Andrew?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Just a big fan of Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merch, and I think there's a couple of great writers. And I was fortunate enough to catch the whole second season of Extras, and I got to say, some of the best stuff I've seen on TV in a while. And I think next week's episode with Danny Radcliffe is the most douche-chilling, embarrassing things I've ever seen on TV. And I got to say, my favorite moment on Extras is that scene where he just dances like a fool, and there's just that quiet silence at the end, and he just has to slowly step back and go back, and it's just, I can't, it's just really funny for me to watch. Better than any American TV than I've seen in a long, long time.
Wow.
And I just want to know if, because I watched the end of Extras, if there's going to be a third season to that.
Probably not. We're not going to say never like we did with The Office. But probably not, because as I say, it takes so much, and we put everything into it. I mean, we're running out of megastars. I think there's only Bono and God left. But more really, because you know, we've got other things to do, and because we do everything ourselves, it's I'm gonna run out of breaths.
You're brave.
Yeah, I'm gonna die before I do a few things. I don't want to die having done two things.
Most people would take it right to the end. They would do 10 seasons. What the hell?
No, that's what the remake's
like-
for. Steve Carell's making me money, and I'm just sitting on the couch.
Oh, is
So
that
long
great?
live the
Wow.
American Office. Come on, Carell, keep going.
Would you ever make-
syndication, baby?
Would you ever make a guest appearance on that?
Well,
That would be huge.
Maybe. What I thought, I wanted to maybe have them watching Extras,
Right.
and Steve Carell come along and go, oh yeah, no, I don't like this guy. So they should do a remake.
Right.
You know?
Oh, that is good. Yeah.
I would love to see it in the American setting.
Oh,
I would actually love to.
Somehow, some way. I think that would be a home
the
run.
awful bombing, trying to be when you were trying to compete with Neil in season 2 for the affection.
Yeah,
Everybody,
yeah.
Maybe I could do that. Maybe they could meet and they'd be just best buddies, me and Steve Carell.
That would be massive.
Michael Scott and David Brent.
Let's say hi to Mike in Brooklyn. Mike, what's up?
How's it going, Ricky, man? Huge fan.
Thank you very much.
Second season of Extras may be better than The Office. Just hysterical. Count Fuckula, nobody's done the same. That guy is a comedic find. You gotta put him on again.
Thank you very much.
Talking about douche chills, Opie and Jim, you guys gotta watch this. Watch the Christmas.
and you push and the fucking maid walks in, the lady to clean the place. He's trying to have a dramatic moment, and this cleaning lady walks through the door in front of a whole. It was so uncomfortable. Just make me happy.
It's fun making yourself look more of a putz than you are. So I can't have a pair of trousers that fits me. I have to have one too small, so I bulge.
Yeah.
That's straight away funny. A middle-aged man squeezing into jeans too small for him. It's intrinsically funny. It's already funny. Yeah.
When you're with the consultant, I guess, with the overhead projector, and you trying to make everything about you.
That's my favourite episode.
Oh
episode
my
4.
God, was that fucking
And
funny, man.
just the idea that this middle-aged man suddenly thinks that he can remind him that he was a rock star once.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, just the
Just
idea.
start singing.
Just
And yeah, he's there playing his guitar, and it's like, oh, he went home and got it. It's like, yeah, and you just picture what everybody else is doing while you're going home, just thinking that people are going to love this. It's going to
running
be
home.
great.
Yeah, getting
Acting out scenarios, and he's not playing. his
Acting
role
out the
right.
scenario with the hotel thing.
was
There's been a rape upstairs. There was just fantastic stupidity. Who would say something like that?
Lots of people would to get attention.
Yeah, yeah.
That's one of the themes that we do is grabbing attention, trying to be famous, trying to. So from The Office right through to Extras, it's that people that will do anything just to. They're just saying, "Love me or I'll kill myself."
Yeah, it's that. Where the hell does that come from? Because it's not just the acting, which is great. The writing is amazing.
Thank you very much.
You know, I don't. Where does that? Is it part of your upbringing? Were you a attention whore?
No, I didn't read books. I didn't particularly, do stuff like writing. So it was more trying to nail what you see in everyday life because it had to be real, and so it was really trying to emulate real stuff.
Did you, as a person that growing up, always want to be the center of attention? And
yes, then I lost it. I think I was a brat because I had older brothers and sisters that you had to compete with.
Yeah.
You know. But then I think I'd lost that for a little while, and now particularly in public, I've lost it completely. You know, before I used to wind up my friends, but now they can just go, "Look, everybody, it's Ricky Gervais," and I go quiet and have to hide. So I suppose I've got shyer, really, just in public.
Yeah,
not
more
performing.
recognisable. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, because it just seems a little bit weird. It's sort of, it's a bit creepy.
It must be odd going from local, because I'm sure in England you couldn't go out without people recognizing you.
I'm like Elvis.
But you could. Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Well, in the sense that I eat burgers at 3 a.m.
What a great diet he had. He just died. How do you not love someone that eats fucking like peanut butter and banana sandwiches and dies shitting? What a blow to all fucking women that was.
Well, actually, he died not shitting.
Oh, was he not shitting?
That was the problem, I think.
He was trying.
I think he burst his brains
blocked.
draining. That's the thing. I think so. Yeah.
Let's
try.
Let's go.
But now you come over to the U.S. now, and where you were probably safe from being recognized, and now people are recognizing you here.
But you know what? It's sort of slightly different. It's different for loads of reasons. One is it's not on your doorstep. It gives you the creeps more if it's sort of right on your doorstep. It makes more sense in America as well. It sort of makes more sense to be famous in America than it does in England.
Really?
And that's just an attitude. That's just an attitude. No, it's really strange. You know?
Is it kind of also because you're here? When you're here on business.
Absolutely.
So
exactly.
It's all right.
It might change if I lived here, and I think it's that feeling.
It comes with the territory. Yeah.
If you're famous, and I'm not here so much, but in England, it's claustrophobic because you're never not famous. You can't turn it off. So
Right.
You can never go. That'd be the best of both worlds, You're famous when you need to jump a queue, but then you're not famous when you're shopping for pants. But you can't have that. You can't have that, So you can't pick and choose.
Yeah.
And I refuse to wear a beard.
John Mayer came into the Comedy Show last week. He had the worst fake mustache I've ever seen.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he came upstairs. I guess he's been getting hassled because of Jessica Simpson, but it was the worst fake mustache.
What, did
When you
people
put shoe
recognize him?
polish on your face and talk jive, stupid. It's not a real mustache.
What's a good fake mustache, though?
Just one that looks like it was grown. I mean,
Okay.
that looked like somebody had thrown it at him and he caught it under his nose, like with luck.
Did everyone recognize him as John Mayer with a really bad fake mustache?
I don't know, because
That would be even worse.
Well, he took it off once he was upstairs,
Yeah.
but like when I saw him walking by, I just wanted to hug him. I'm like, that's the fucking worst thing I've ever seen,
You
John.
should just clip and wear a Hitler one, because who would talk to anybody with a Hitler mustache?
Nobody. Start spouting his philosophies.
Let's get
Do you know that Hitler based his image on Charlie Chaplin? That's true.
Image.
I always wondered why he got that idea. No, he was fascinated by Charlie Chaplin. He watched The Great Dictator twice, and that's true.
So he kind of made and ruined that whole look. That
I know
mustache
exactly. Yeah,
look for
that would have been
everybody.
really popular if he hadn't come along and ruined it. Yeah,
Like after 1945, who wore that mustache?
I know.
The little thin
well,
mustache.
no one's calling their kids Adolf anymore either.
No.
that he killed that
And it's
name.
never come back. Even like the old, the old circus weightlifter curly waxed handlebar mustache. You occasionally see some.
Usually a band, a retro rock
Yeah.
band would go, and let's all have Hitler moustaches.
Yeah.
They don't. Do they?
And what Hitler thing, you never see, hey, Bob, we come into work with the little Hitler mustache. You'd be like, they'd look at you like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
And what about the guys? That's the only way they look good. Some people they know they look better with facial hair. And,
Well,
and
exactly.
you're one of these guys. Man, I would look like a 10 if I could just grow
Do
that
the Hitler mustache?
Well, that's the goatee is, looks good.
All right.
And I tried to grow one once, and I thought I looked like Robert De Niro in Angel Heart, but it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
It comes through grey and ginger, and
That's I'm at the point where it's like I'm about ready to get rid of this.
Now yours
It's
looks
too
good,
much grey.
because usually it's a fat man beard. Usually a fat guy will wear that.
They use
'cause
it
it gives
to
them a
thin
bit
their
of
face
an
down.
illusion of a chin.
Yeah, they think people think that it stops there,
My
actually.
face stops where the hair is.
Exactly, yeah.
Hey, we got a big,
What?
Hey, Ronnie.
No idea.
a big radio star.
Ronnie.
Ricky Gervais.
Hello.
I was just here to hang out.
Let me tell you something.
right,
This
Ricky.
son of a bitch has not shown up before 12:01, and his show starts at noon.
What?
He's on
In
after us.
years.
He's on the show
Ron
after
from
us.
Ron and Fez.
Nice to see you.
He's
Nice
never
to meet
here
you.
early.
Never here early. He's always here late.
Now, here's the thing. I was told you were going to be here at 10 today. So I was going to come in early, act like I was just running a board in the background, just to hang out. Yeah.
I know that the car arrived. I felt bad just letting a guy sit out in the street in a car. So let's use it. Let's get here early.
But see, now I got this imaginary slight Mark David Chapman thing going on where I'm just, why would he do this? Why would he come in early and just waiting outside with a gun? But I was listening to you guys coming in.
Frightening.
Gush a little more. You guys should be gushing more.
Yeah, a little more? You think we should?
Yeah.
Just a tad?
How did...
Someone said that the Chris Farley show came to 202.
It's true. You're awesome.
I tried to get him off it by
We're
talking
the
about Hitler,
worst.
but it didn't work.
Yeah, a little Hitler.
They said you'd make a great Hitler.
Every question is just so, how's it feel to be so super terrific, funny, brilliant genius?
Well, you get the same
Come
thing,
on,
Ronnie.
Redress the balance. Insult me.
The new book, phenomenal, that you did, where you just took your radio show and typed it out. I got it for Christmas. Someone gave it to me. And
I didn't even type it out. I got someone else to.
It's the radio show typed out. I'm going, why did I fucking think of this?
You wrote a book and you didn't even have to write it.
Sell it to the hardcores.
How great is that?
But you guys ought to think about doing this.
Is it really?
That is a great idea.
Yeah.
In book form?
And the sad thing is, it's fucking better than anything we've ever done. That's the problem. It's hysterical.
Well,
A little
you
gushing coming out of you, you son of a bitch.
You haven't got Carl Pilkington, the oddest man in the universe, a man with a head like an orange who says ridiculous things. We discovered this guy, and he just says crazy things. He's what's the PC term? Moron.
All right.
That's PC. Retarded. Yeah. Stupid dolt.
All right. Hey, a few more phones want to get in here. Jenny from Knoxville, Tennessee. Jenny, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I just want to tell Ricky he's got the greatest laugh. It just cracks me up. And also, I cried like a baby at the end of the Christmas special. It was really sweet.
Don't ruin it. We haven't seen it, you
I
bitch.
haven't seen it yet, you spoiler of everything.
I didn't finish.
Spoiler of
Seriously,
everything.
when he dies, it's amazing. It just,
I
it's
cried in a
terrible.
good way.
That's great. That's exactly what we want to happen. People crying. That's great. It's easy to make people laugh. It's harder to make them cry. I think.
I will say,
I couldn't believe it. I was
Thank you very
terrible.
much.
Jenny, thank you.
my girlfriend and I broke up, and I was so depressed I stayed up all night drinking coffee, and I watched again the last episode of the Office, and I did blubber, but it was like a lot about the relationship.
Jesus.
I was really a fucking Mary, and then we got back together.
Did you tell her what you did when
Yeah,
you
of
broke
course
up?
I did.
And now she can hold that over your head?
Now she just laughs at you.
No,
Hey,
she
cry,
fucking-
baby.
I like the idea you stayed up all night drinking coffee.
Yeah.
That's going to help you sleep, isn't it? That's going to help you.
I didn't know what to do. I don't drink or do drugs anymore, so I had to have some coffee and just watch The Office.
And he probably wanted to stay awake so he could feel the pain.
No, I wanted to sleep, actually, but I
Did
didn't want
you?
to sleep. Oh, yeah.
I know
please.
nothing then.
No,
Fuck me.
No, I would normally have done
Just
that.
relive the pain over and over and over.
No, she felt bad for me when I told her, like, I was really upset. I watched The Office and head went right into the lap, so it was well worth it.
Hey, let's go to Neil in New York. Neil, what's up?
Yeah, it's an honor, Ricky. You really remastered the British comedy.
Thank you.
My question is, you just mentioned Carl Pilkington. How surprised were you by the Ali a Knob at Night phenomenon in the UK?
It was man. I explained. We had this reality show called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and they have to live in the jungle. And they do tasks to get meals, and one of them was eating a kangaroo penis, eating a kangaroo anus, eating this awful witchetty grubs, and we were talking about this, and Carl went, yeah, and also they were having that for breakfast, and he just went, I could eat a knob at night, and people looped that and made it into all these different dance tracks. There was like 75 different versions of Carl Pilkington going, I could eat a knob at night, which is, it's a great thing to dance to, I think.
It's amazing. Yeah, people pick up the ball, run with it. We get clips sometimes, and our listeners will just put it to music.
It's great. It's the people
one
out there.
line.
The effort is unbelievable. People
One
send-
line, and
yeah.
people put it to music.
Let's go to O-Town Joe in Boston.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
Hey, Mr. Bennington, how you doing?
Good, man.
Ricky, with all the actors you had in the first season of The Office, second season of The Office, were they all famous before, or like have they all got success from like the show?
No. We always choose new people because I think it suspends your disbelief a little bit more. So we don't go to other people's little black book. We cast, and we did that with The Office. We did it with extras. I mean, apart from the A-listers. But it's nice to start from scratch because you're not watching it going, oh, that's so and so from what's its name. So no, we always cast.
That kind of sucks. You never get a fucking call back once you're done with the show with him. That's it. It's over, Johnny.
Well, now the receptionist is on Studio 60, though, and all those people blowing up, they're all doing well, right? Everybody from the office.
Well, what I do is I take them down and I release them like little ducklings. And I can never help them again. But, my work is done.
You got a room filled of unknowns right here.
And so it shall remain.
He's typing this into a book right now, selling it on eBay later.
Let's go to John and Philly. John.
Hey, Ricky.
Hi.
Big fan.
Thank you.
Despite The Office and the extras being brilliant, your iPod, your podcast was absolutely genius.
It's the favourite thing I do. It's honestly... No effort, I just sit there, Carl comes up with everything, and then I just type it out. I don't even type it out, we've done that, and I put it into a book. But it's great, because it's, you can say what you want, when you want, it can be any length, and TV takes, a long time, an episode would take a few months. So, the podcast is so much fun, for me. And I want Carl, to become famous, because I know he'll hate it. I want him to be bothered in the street. I want people to go up to him and say, "You've got a head like a fucking orange." And I want people to squeeze his little head.
Well, that's my question. Carl makes Homer Simpson look like Stephen Hawking. Is there any chance that you will tour with Carl?
He won't do it. I would love to get him on stage, just like in a little cage, like the Elephant Man, and take him round. That's his favourite film, by the way. He was talking about the Elephant Man. You know that bit when Anthony Hopkins goes, he takes the Elephant Man out to all the surgeons, goes, you see the curvature of the spine and the legs and the limbs are, but ironically the thing that is untouched, the genitals, they're totally normal. And Carl went, think of that, the one thing you would like an elephant, and he gets the fucking head.
Will the podcast ever come back?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, we're giving it a rest for a while, and you can get the back catalogue on iTunes for a few dollars. But yeah, we might do another one. Or if you want, maybe you could type them all out,
send them to him,
and staple them together.
What about the Bowie song? The Bowie song should be out by now from the last extras.
Oh, that was on. I think that's been on YouTube since it went out in England. Yeah. Oh, you mean release it?
Yeah, just release it as a single.
Why not? Yeah, just get it out there.
Was that weird for you too? That is Bowie. I mean, I know that you probably grew up just.
It's been, probably my musical hero for about 25 years,
right.
And to co-write a song with him, and it's so funny because I was talking on the phone, and I'd sent him the lyrics, and I said, "Oh, we want you to do this." We thought something, a bit retro, maybe something like Life on Mars, right? And he went, and he said, "Oh yeah, I'll just knock off a Life on Mars for you."
The great thing is, it was such a Bowie song. Like
he
really
was exactly what he was doing. He gave us Bowie, didn't he?
Right.
Yeah. Let's go to Chuck in New Mexico. Chuck, what's going on today?
Hey, I wanted to ask Ricky about his stand-up stuff. I had bought a copy of Politics and a copy of Animals on eBay, and then found out that they were just British. Are they ever coming to the U.S.? I had to go out and buy a multi-region DVD player just to watch them.
Yeah, it's I bet you don't get all the stuff on there. Does it translate? Do you understand what I'm saying? Probably the regional references don't travel well, do they?
Yeah, there was some of the stuff I kind of didn't get, but probably 80-85% of it was translatable.
Oh, that's good news, because I am going to do some gigs. I want to do a few in New York. I think I'm playing a few gigs here in May, so I'll have to find out what travels and what doesn't.
What are you doing, stand-up?
Yeah, well, I'm doing a new tour now in England. I'm just I'm touring. It's a new thing called Fame, which I'm going around the country. But
just hand out maps as the placemats in the comedy club. So when you have a reference of a location, they could just
down.
Yeah, New York, England. Yeah. On the globe, just two stars. I'll fly between them. No, I would love to do stand-up in New York, yeah. It's so romantic, I think, about doing stand-up in New York. Just
ask Jimmy. He'll tell you.
Oh, every night,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. The romance comes afterwards.
Is it true you've got like 7 minutes? You just do, New York stand-ups like to do 7 minutes?
We do, on the road you do, 45 to an hour, but in New York, usually at the Comedy Cell, you do 20-minute sets. Sometimes on the city there's 10 minutes.
That's the same,
yeah. It's just shorter sets. I know like Junglers and the Comedy Store in England are pretty famous, but I never worked in England though.
Right, okay. it's a lot of it is quite sort of hack stuff. When you do sort of think places like Jongleurs and going, it's people going out and they start off with things like, yeah, you know, when you get stoned, you get the munchies and all this sort of, you know, yeah, difference between cats and dogs and men and women.
Yeah.
And don't old people drive slow?
Jimmy's working on an HBO special. Sorry.
Oh, really? I want to do one of those as well.
Yeah, it's an hour shooting, I think, in April.
And do you shoot it, talk amongst yourselves, sorry.
Sure.
And do you shoot it as live, or is it like a TV show where you...
Carlin, well, I mean, in front of an audience, yeah, but Carlin does them live. I don't have they don't give me that option. I'll shoot it probably, and it will go, I think, like 10 camera shoot, then they'll just edit it, cut it down to 56 minutes or whatever, and then show up. It won't be live, like, in real time, like
and
Carlin
then that
does.
plays, then that material's redundant though, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, once I put it on DVD or do it on TV, that's dead, you gotta start again. But the thing is, some people, in England, they survive on 40 minutes for about 25 years.
Oh,
Same here, Tom.
we got that. We got that.
Kevin Meaney. I'll give you that name.
Oh, boy.
Kevin Meaney.
Not big pants people.
Been doing the same act for years. You're gonna put an eye out. We'll lose the house, goddammit.
Once it's on TV, though, it's hard.
He can't do that anymore now.
Yeah.
No. Let's do his whole act now. I don't know him, but
He's almost your extras character when you really think about it. That's almost Kevin
Oh, my
Meaney without
God.
even meaning to do it.
He does a We Are the World bit still.
He does a We Are the World thing where the music comes on,
No joke.
and he
Still.
does every character from the We Are the World thing. He like does a mime act where he does facial expressions and lets the song play. It's We Are the World. It's a 25-year-old song.
It was topical for the first year, and then 24 years after that.
I don't know this guy, but I'm feeling sorry for him.
Yeah. Oh, you should.
And the audience.
You should feel sorry for the audience, is right.
This isn't libelous yet, is it? We haven't said anything. This is all your own opinion. It's all fair comment. Is it? Okay, fine.
Let's go to John in
You just
Ohio.
gotta hop on a plane and you're fine anyway.
John in Ohio. John.
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Hey.
We'll clean up.
Ricky, love your work.
Thank you. About 30 pages, and all the jokes are there. Christopher Guest, 5 pages for the whole film, and they come in and go, you might want to mention da-da. And that's it, and you go for like 7 minutes, and you do it 3 times, and it's totally different every time, and everyone's totally improv. So yeah, it was that was a lot of fun.
The Larry David interview that you did, that didn't show in the States, was...
No, I did Larry David, Chris Guest, and Gary Shandling, and they but I think HBO might put them out.
This is great. I only saw the Larry David, but it's amazing. It's
It was so much fun to meet Larry David. He was just such a gentleman, you know what I mean? He's just, because you've got this image of people, and of course, everyone's guilty. I wonder if he's like the Larry David on Curb Enthusiasm.
Right.
But of course he's not. He's a lovely, sweet, you know, guy, but it was like meeting an icon, really.
Right.
Even though, you know, he didn't really know who he was in Seinfeld until, but it's like meeting Woody Allen or something. It was an absolute pleasure.
I always love it, like, when people I dig love other people that I dig. That's always my favorite thing in life. I'm like, okay,
all right,
there's
cool,
something that works
Like,
in the universe, yeah.
But you'd have liked it as much if I'd have said, oh, he's such an arsehole.
Yeah, sure.
I agree.
Fuck him.
I don't like him that much. What the hell? Let's go to Larry in Huntington. Larry, what's up?
Good God, guys. 5 brilliant comedians in one room. What a show. Wow. Hey, Ricky.
Thank you very much.
Does anybody remember
Lassie?
No, that's good.
Was that truthful, sir?
pause.
Was that truthful?
Yes, it certainly was, guys. I love you guys, all 5 of you, really.
Thank you, sir.
I'm 2 of them.
Larry.
Hey, Ricky, I just have a question. I was just wondering, what might you and Steve Merchant be working on after Extras is over?
We are doing something else. It's probably going to be a bit more of a comedy drama thing. It's called Men at the Prue. And the Prue is a big building society in England called the Prudential, and sort of traditionally that was the office job you went to if you left, you know, school and you had some qualifications. You went into that as a step up, and they gave jobs for thousands of people in each country. And it's going to be set in like 1970 in a sort of seaside town, and it's a place where the sexual revolution didn't hit, and it's just these 20-somethings just sort of caught in limbo. It's sort of Billy Liar-ish meets Diner, and that's what we're working on. I say all that. We've written about 3 lines. We get the mood first. We get the mood first.
And all the references we don't understand in the States. It's another one like that.
Maybe, yeah. Billy Liar's a big British film, but you know Diner, though.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's why I love the guy from the EastEnders on your show, who I know nothing about, but he's in every episode, and it's just hysterical.
Oh, Barry from EastEnders, of course.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Well, but you get the idea.
Right.
He's a
Screech. Over here, he would be Screech, I think, for us.
Oh, is that the guy who talks?
Yeah, what was Screech? Yeah, Saved by the Bell, which was...
Didn't get that. We didn't get that.
You're lucky.
A bad broad thing.
And can I point out when that guy said 5 brilliant comedians in the room, every one of us did a quick count to make sure we weren't about to be shit on.
Exactly, yeah. If there's 6, who's not included?
Let's go to Carol in Ohio. Carol.
Oh, hey there. How you doing today?
We're doing good today.
Well, you guys do good every day. Real honor here to talk to Mr. Gervais.
Thank you.
I happened to see your interview with Parky.
Oh,
Parkinson. Yeah, when you were talking about some reporter after you got successful asked you what 3 things you'd save
from
if
a
your
burning
house was
flat.
on fire.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
I said my cat, my salamander, and one of the twins.
Oh, that's it.
And they printed it, just thought I was serious. They just thought, yeah.
I know it. It was so funny. And, I love Barry, from EastEnders being on the show. You're brilliant. What can I say?
She's gushing.
Thank you very much.
Like that.
Hey, man, I'm not gushing. I'm just telling the truth.
Nothing wrong with a little ass
The
kissing.
American
Keep it together,
chicks.
please.
American
Hey,
chicks
this is
just
an
throwing
honest-
themselves
Yeah.
at English guys.
I love The Office.
Thank you very much.
He was so painful to watch.
That was the idea. I can hand it out. I get embarrassed when I see reality shows on TV when someone totally embarrassed themselves. The worst thing is that we have these reality game shows, flirting. Someone flirting with someone. It's why is it so excruciating?
And just crashing and burning.
It's just awful the things they say, and they say it quietly like we can't hear. Well, no, there's 30 cameras. It's like don't do that. Yeah.
Just good-natured ribbing is another one that makes me want to throw up. When you walk in the room, the guy that will go, there he is. Some revelry is about to begin, huh?
I love this.
There's something about that whole being uncomfortable thing that could either be excruciating, where you don't want to be part of it, or addicting, where you, like The Office, where you have to watch it. Did you ever see Lisa Kudrow's show?
I saw a couple. I really enjoyed it. The comeback.
Yeah,
Great.
I loved it.
I thought it was fantastic.
I thought it was great. It was so uncomfortable to watch her,
and she was great. Yeah, so different. Did people sort of want Phoebe when it came down to it? Yeah,
probably.
I know,
morons.
I know.
It was so uncomfortable to watch her. Like, think she was in a better place than she was, but actually kind of realize, in her alone moments, she'd kind of sink
really
into that reality. But then when she's around people, trying to be happy, and it was horrid to watch.
Audacious as well, because they kept, uncovering layers of it. And I
her relationship with the writers was just awful.
Really great. Well, Larry Sanders sort of,
that was
nailed it as well. Just absolutely brilliant.
True,
But I don't just like those, I suppose, cutting edge, and I like, my favourite show at the moment is Heroes. I cannot get enough of it. I absolutely love it.
We're just making fun of Heroes, right? We're just making fun of it.
But no, of course, dude, and you should. No, but you should, because it's fun and so. But I love these. We were asking Carl Pilkington if he had a superpower, what would he have? And he was going, I wouldn't like that. I was going, no, if you can't, he went, no, it's too much responsibility. I go, look, it's just fancy. What would you have? He went, I know, yeah, choosing none. If you got anything. He went, I don't know, invisible then. I went, and what would you do with it? He went, he chose to get it, if he was invisible, he would go to Tower Records, right, and just hide, right, until it was shut, and then he could shop in peace. So he wasn't even stealing them. He was just shopping in peace. That was his superpower, to be able to shop for records in peace.
But if he's invisible, why not just shop when everybody's there? What's the matter with this guy?
Yeah, well, it's probably crowded.
All right.
You can still bump into them when you're visible,
It's quiet.
Or just wait till they shut down like they did and fucking just go to the dumpster and steal everything. Poor cocksuckers are out of business.
That's got to be libelous.
Yeah, it is. That would cross the line.
Yeah, now you're in trouble.
Tower Records sue.
Right.
We are not cocksuckers.
Right. The last thing they do is sue. That's the last piece of business they have.
All right, let's go to Paul in Boston here. Hey, Paul, what's up?
Hey, I've never heard a show as funny as today. You guys are so rocking, man.
So what's the difference today? Oh, let's have a look.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Well.
See.
I came in early, so that helps. I mean, that's an extra.
Yeah, he's different today.
Seriously, I'm gonna start coming in all the time like this. This is great, hanging out with you guys.
Don't you have a show to do right now, or
fuck that?
Aren't
show.
you on the air like?
I don't care about.
You do
that
a morning show, a midday show, an afternoon show.
I do a couple of shows.
Hold on, are you on air at the same time as this?
He's on the air, like right after us. He'll come on at noon.
Sorry, this is two radio stations.
At least it's actually 162.
Yeah,
100. Oh, you have got loads in here.
Oh, it's just.
So you've just crashed another radio station.
Yeah, because there's nothing happening.
You're welcome.
For me. Yeah,
you're welcome.
It's you.
Yeah,
it's you.
But he goes and then does regular FM radio at what time?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And a regular FM, is that like just like we have?
Got to pay attention to the rules.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Broadcast radio.
Kind of non-funny, just everything here, but taken out.
But take the humor out.
But this is across America, isn't it? Of course.
And Canada.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, but the FM radio.
I was just trying to work out if he's got more viewers because I might go with him.
Oh, well, viewers in radio, that's a rough one. We have 7 or 8 right now.
Doing well.
Yeah.
Well, you're at 7 share.
I love watching those guys. I turn it down. I just love watching them.
You're on camera, actually. The Pal Talk. We are broadcasting on the net too. They just watch us and we watch them. A lot of the times the girls will flash us, so you are being seen.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah. Well, we should get Ricky out of here.
100.
We've been talking over an hour here.
It's been great fun.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Anytime you're back,
What's the
back
big
around.
plug there, Ricky? Extras season 2, of course.
On HBO.
Sunday nights
premiere
at 10.
Sundays, yeah, and then throughout the week.
Hope you're not afraid to take some pictures.
Let's take some pictures.
Jimmy Norton will accost you. He is known as one of these guys who, if he doesn't get a picture, like he loves you. If something happened where you had to go,
that's a good thing, though.
Yeah. But if something happened where you had to go, look, I'm sorry, I would love to, but I gotta go, and went to that elevator and didn't take a picture, he would sit down and go, that fucking scumbag is the worst piece of shit. A picture.
Not true. I'll say that regardless. No, I wouldn't say that because he was great to hang out with. The only guy I've ever said that about was Gene Simmons from Kiss, because he was contacting me after we interviewed him. But no, I mean,
Derek Jeter,
and Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson. Let's keep going from the Yankees.
De Niro turned me down. De Niro turned me down, and but he was pleasant about it. So I never.
Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal was a douche. We have the same manager. And I asked
all of a sudden there's a few more people.
Mother Teresa, you called a cunt.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that. That was all.
She was a bit too good.
Yeah.
I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
There's something going on there.
Too good.
She was
too good.
Yeah. What was she after?
She was making up for something.
What is she after?
Yeah, and you never saw her with a guy.
Same as that Gandhi.
Right.
Yeah.
Both of them making up for something.
She wasn't a cunt. She was a cock tease. There's a big difference.
Fucking hell.
Libelous Catholic Church.
Jesus Christ.
Ricky's loving that.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Amazing.
But no, I can never badmouth him. He's fucking brilliantly funny.
Had a great time, too.
One of my favorite characters ever. I thought it was Hawkeye Pierce and Louis De Palma. I thought were the two best. All right, you want to say Archie Bunker, but he's got to be in the top 3 or 4 sitcom characters ever.
Way to judge.
That's great. See, he goes from like a scary cellmate to a really nice I like this.
Yeah, you should know half the things we know about him.
All right.
You to run.
We should go take some pictures, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
I'm not doing pictures. Fuck.
Thanks.
Grab him.
All right, we'll be back in just a bit.